Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Majestix Heroclix Podcast. If you like our content, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. If you're interested in learning more about the Bronze Age format and the Majestix Open Series, please check out openseries.majestixccg.com. Also, if you want to learn about Heroclix strategies, tactics, and lists from the game's top players, please visit majestixccg.com/apex-insiders. Lastly, if you're looking for Heroclix singles, please visit our eBay stores at stores.ebay.com/MajestixHeroclix and stores.ebay.com/ClicksCollective. All the links for everything I just talked about is below in the description. And again,
my name is Jeff, and as always, my co-host Patrick. What is up, my man? It's been a while.
It's been a while, yeah. At least a couple weeks, right? 3 weeks, 2 weeks. It's the 9th today, so for those who are listening or watching, at least you know it's the 9th, 11/9/2020. Really didn't have anything really to talk about until, we had to have things kind of build up so that we can all talk about it. Instead of making like a 10-minute thing, it'll be like a good hour here.
Yeah, it was slow for a couple weeks, but last week was very, very busy on the HeroClix pages.
Yeah, so let's start with that.
What is it, Friday? I check my Facebook. I see a thing from Lucky Dice. It says, hey, your packages, Lady Phoenix has arrived. They're getting shipped out today, I think it said. This was Friday, which was the 5th? 6th. Mm-hmm. And then I look through the comments and it says, and then someone's like, oh, well, Lucky Dice already posted theirs. I was like, what the fuck? And I look at the posting, and the post from, the Facebook post was from a half an hour ago, it said. And then I check on the eBay post, and it said it had 4 days left. I'm like, and it already had a gajillion bids. I'm like, no way, because that had to have been up there before the Facebook post. And I was like, that's so shady. It's just, I'm like, take care of your players, the ones who you promised to take care of, the ones that have been waiting, months?
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks. So I'm that meeting with a skeleton here. Then say, hey, some people didn't want them. They traded it into me. Check out my eBay page. It's going up in like an hour or something. So that's just.
So in my, let me give you my a couple of things, and then you could give the rest of that take. Although we already know where you stand on this. First of all, I didn't know until you messaged me. You're like, hey, check this out. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, oh, cool. It's up, okay. But then I didn't think about it. So I'm like, oh, wait a minute. It's Lucky Dice. I'm like, wait. They didn't even. I'm like, wow. In this world of perception is reality, you got to be very careful of how everybody perceives your brand, right? So doing things that are quote unquote shady or whatever you want to call it, it just hurts the how you look at it, like how you perceive a brand, right? It's already, I think some people already had some bad taste in their mouth from let's start with like how slow the first one was, and then the Worlds, obviously, like that,
the pricing,
all that. So like, sure, whatever. And I did see that, some people were like, well, I don't care, like I don't give a damn, whatever. That's not the argument. Right, we're not talking about that. Like, I can even, I'm not even conceding the point because it's not even the point. But like, okay, so for me, like, I don't care either because I'm getting it, right?
Yeah.
However, it doesn't change the fact that it's probably wrong to do that, right? Like, you cannot. Okay, let's say. You know what? I don't care that some shady dealings are going on in the parking lot of, like, I don't know, some kind of whatever. They're doing like something fell off of the truck, and then they're doing some deals and they're buying some electronics in the parking lot, whatever. That doesn't affect me. I don't care. However, that's still wrong because there's something not right with that, right?
100%.
In this scenario, he is the only person that even has access to it. If you were the one that was selling it, but you were not the sole distributor of the item, no one's going to say anything because you're like, hey, well, I got mine before, I got it shipped to me.
Yeah, mine came in the mail real fast.
Like mine came, boom. But as the only entity that has the source of shipping it out, it's a bad look from the standpoint of your man, I guess it would be as close to insider trading as you can get, right? Because he's the only one who has access to it right now, can actually in hand and ship it, so that you're getting an unfair advantage over everyone else, right? It's like kind of like if you know that some company is going to fold and you start selling all of your stocks before it gets publicly, then you kind of that's bad too, right? But in this scenario, he's the only one that can distribute it, so he's the first one to do it. Had he waited a week from Friday when everybody started getting stuff, and then let's say he puts up next Friday. Let's say he ships it out on Friday, and then the first group of people gets it on Wednesday or Thursday, and they know that it's confirmed that it's delivered, and people say, okay, I got it, and then he puts it up on Friday. I would have
no complaints.
No one would have any qualms whatsoever. I understand from his perspective, it's his, right? So it's mine. I'm putting it up. So I'm listing it and I'm selling it. There's nothing. I'm not taking anyone else's pricing. I'm just doing it. Although that's 100% right, but the optics of it all just looks bad, and then people can perceive that as like, now you're just shady. Okay. Let me bring this around. My personal experience, and this is me from circa 2012. Okay, Fear Itself. This is an actual thing that happened, and this is basically the same exact thing. And this is the getting this out in the paywall, but it's been like 9 years, almost 9 years.
Statute of limitations are up.
Yeah. So back in 2012, this was during Fear Itself, right? If you remember, you didn't play during Fear Itself. Okay, Fear Itself, when that came out, it was
the first set, right?
It was the first of its kind, where it was the only where you can get the boosters.
Yeah, it was like OP set that was boosters, and it was very limited, right?
Very limited. Okay, in the beginning, everybody thought it was very limited because you can only get like 2 cases per store, or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
You can only get X amount of cases, right?
Like
per month
in the beginning.
Yeah. Okay. So everyone was like, nobody knew how crazy or limited this was. So people were breaking street dates. Stores were opening it, selling it online. All this shit, right? Everybody was just going crazy because like wow, the boosters are selling over $50 a booster. Okay, we had our event. Yeah, $50 one booster. You could buy online. And remember, there's no chases. So it's not even like right. So that's even worse. And it's only a 33-figure set or 32-figure set. So like, wow, you get everything in one break almost, right? Okay. The week it comes out, we have our Fear Itself on like that Wednesday. So we have our first one and we max out. So boom, everybody gets their stuff. On Friday, so our group, this is when I had we had 2 stores. And on Friday, our group went to a store in Long Beach, and they had, because they only had, it's like a small store and they didn't have that many players, they allowed everyone to get 2 boosters. Because what it was, in order for us to be able to accommodate all the players that signed up, like we had like 40 players show up for month 1. Wow. So we said, everyone, so we got 40 boosters. We only gave out 1 booster per player, but they had to bring 200 points from home.
Okay.
Just in case, like, the 300 point isn't met. Like, they could bring
fill out your booster.
Fill out, right? Little do we know, like in Fear itself, you could just play everything in one booster, kind of, because they're so expensive points wise. But we didn't know, so we just did that.
No previews back then.
Right? Yeah, there were, but we just didn't have like the full previews
Grasp with a set.
But like, I don't think there was full spoilers until it actually came out, if I remember right. But anyway, because this is before they had where how now they give out to stores and podcasts like the previews. They didn't have that back. They only had a couple of them. Most of it was on the realms, and then their own articles. Okay, so on Friday we went, and then I got 2 boosters. Our group went 2 boosters. I won that night, and then I got the Loki. Saturday we went to a Frankensons, which anybody who knows in the SoCal area, it's basically like a swap.
Yeah,
so we went. Yeah, so we only got that one because it was a lot of people. We only got 1 booster. So I got 1 booster, but I didn't play because I didn't bring another half of the thing. So I just got my booster and left. Sunday we went to another place and they had 2 boosters for everyone. So I ended up getting 5 boosters. So that night I put everything up that I won online for sale.
Yeah.
Then on Monday I get a call from Alliance from my guy. He goes, "Hey, you're breaking the NDA or whatever. The contract. You're selling the product." It's like, "No, I'm not." And he goes, "Okay, well, Zarin wants to talk to you." Right, Justin Zarin, he's the president. And I tell him, I said, "Okay." He goes, "Okay." So they said, "All right, we need proof that you didn't break it. Send a picture of your product." So we get the bricks, we open up, and then the case, and then all the pricing. I take a picture of all of it, and it was all sealed. Everything's intact. I said, "Look, we have an event on Wednesday. There are 50 people signed up. Why would I break that? That makes no sense. Like, I make more money selling it to 50 people coming into the store. So why would I do that?" And I said, "Check the win. Like, I went to 3 events. I got them, and I'm just selling it." Even though it was kosher, everything was fine, because we're like, "Okay, cool. Yeah, we time-stamped everything. Like, look, here's a picture right now. It's not like I just took a pic. I took a pic last week, and then here it is. No, this is it right now." And then there's okay, everything's good, but Zarin still put me on a 6-month probation. You know why? Because it looks bad. That's what he said. Look. He essentially said was, you're good to go. However, like, we have to do something because it just looks bad that there's a store like yours and you're selling singles from something that's not supposed to be sold from a store, even though it's kosher that you went to these events and whatever, and then your group. Because I was like, look, I want not only that, but I also put up from the guys like that play.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, just put these up," and then like they're basically up on consignment, right? They just put an auction, then I take my 10% or 15% or whatever, and then whatever, I'll ship it and everything, just like we standard. But it looks like it because it's on the page, on the eBay page, that's like, "Oh, it looks like, well, dude, you have like 50
optics don't look good."
I was like, "Well, yeah, it looks bad." So even though that happens, he still put me on a 6-month probation, meaning I was limited on what I could get. I can only get X of things.
Only 1 OP kit per month.
Yeah, so instead of like getting 3, you can only get 1.
Dude, that's no fun.
On certain ones, you can get 2 instead of 3, whatever. But I was like, dude, but I don't, I was like pleading. I was kind of like, what the hell, dude? Like, I showed you everything that you wanted to see, blah, blah, blah. And in our area, there's a lot of places that were, I'm like, not only that, but I was like, dude, I wanted to even tell him, like, there was a store that had a case left over, and they just straight up sold that case to like 2 people to split the rest of it, right? Like, they just did that. Like, and I was like, but you know what? Hey, you know what? But I didn't give a damn because it didn't bother me.
Yeah.
But it's still wrong, right? That they did that. So
100%.
So in this here, it
like
comes back all the way around. Like, it shouldn't do that because, like, you could get, if you think about it too, it's like he's also representing WizKids, and it could be like, hey, so they're just gonna let this go, kind of like that. For me, in my personal
Partnership.
Yeah. So for my personal, I don't like PJ. Like he's the one that I don't care that he did it because like if he earned it, fine. But just from dealing with WizKids back then, it matters. Like the optics matter.
No,
So
100%.
I even though like, hey, that's cool, Howard, go ahead and do it. But it's still bad. Like it's still like wrong, I guess. You know what I mean? And I had to understand that when like Zarin was like, actually it wasn't actually Zarin, it was Jerome Goino. He works for I think he works for Game Trader magazine now. But he was like their brand manager guy back then, and he was the one I talked to. And he was just like, "Look, man, you just can't be, like we just he was basically telling me like, just wait, dude, kind of like just wait, kind of like now, just like wait." I'm like, okay, but I'm like, fuck, because at the time too, I'm like, well, shit, we can maximize our stuff because once everybody gets it, we're thinking the same thing, but we still ran our events and everybody still got their stuff, so and they knew that too because like, well, yeah, nobody complained that like they didn't get boosters from you because like, yeah, if you look, we registered everybody on the win, and then they all got they all got their booster. It's just we get 2 cases, and we can only do 1 booster per player because we had 40. Yeah, on the month 1 for the other store, we had 50 players show up.
Oh geez.
So you know what I had to
do?
The
waiting list.
This is what I had to do. The guys at the store went, and I said, if you can get 2 boosters, don't open the other one. I will buy it because I need 10 more boosters so I can fill out the 50.
Oh, nice.
I gave them double. I was like, how much you're paying? 50? Okay, I'll give you 25. If you can just keep that one. And they were all pretty cool because they also all played at the store and they would rather have more players being able to have access to it than not.
Dude,
because
nice.
that means that's 10 more people that could come because you know how Heroclix is, it's very small, so anytime you get players you're like, yeah, let's help out everyone.
That's such a healthy community and thing to do. It's so nice. Yeah, solid.
Yeah, and so at the time, so I gave like 25, I think I said, or I'll give you $30 store credit.
Like, it's even better.
But they're paying $15 for that 1 booster, and then they would go to other places where they could get like 2, so they would open 1 and keep the other. So that's why I was like, please, just like, and luckily we were able to do it, so that helped out. Yeah, so I think that's kind of like where I stand on all of that. Ultimately, we're all gonna get it.
Yeah, it'll be here eventually.
But it's still kind of like, man, you just couldn't wait, right? So
yeah,
whatever, man. I guess if WizKids is okay with it, and they're like, I'm surprised that like he hasn't gotten kind of at least kind of like, hey, don't do that next time. Kind of like, I don't know, maybe they did, we just don't know, right? Maybe we just don't know.
Yeah, don't know. So, we don't know everything that goes on at WizKids.
Yeah, but yeah, that's. I know Aries like
the most recent Heroclix drama.
Yeah, that was the whole thing that they were discussing over on the dishing up clicks on their the live video.
It was a 2-parter. It was Aries by himself, and then Jay hopped on for the second part.
Yeah. Speaking of Jay, like I don't know if we talked about this, but he's no longer the
rock. I don't think. Judge. Yeah, it's been that long since
it's been a while.
Talked.
Aaron Constantine Morgan is the new Rockhead judge, so congrats to him. Hopefully things are things run a little bit smoother. And I know part of it, after talking to Jay, a lot of it was just out of his hands, like out of his control when it came to doing stuff. So so it's not, there's only so much he can do
when your hands are tied. Exactly.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes, because
good luck, Aaron.
Yeah, we haven't had any in-person events. There's some state events that were coming up. A couple of them I wanted to go to, but we just couldn't. Like, I wanted to go to Utah this past weekend.
Oh, nice.
But they canceled it.
Oh, because of COVID.
Because in their state, I talked to the guy that was running it. They have a 10-person limit for gatherings.
So for you
and
to
there
fly
were
out
like
where it's not.
there were already like whatever, like 12 or 14 people that were already signed up. But not only that, but the store itself can't have more than 10 people in the store. So if that day is 10 people for Heroclix, then no one else can come in the store.
Not even the owner.
So yeah, so it's
judge.
like that's why they just canceled it. And I was like, damn it, because I wanted to play. I wanted to play bad.
That would be fun.
Yeah, the other one was this weekend coming up in Texas. I wanted to go, but they have a 20-person cap, and there's like something like 25 or 30 people already signed up.
Ooh, it's a lot.
So even if there are people that can't go, that's
the
like
odds aren't.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean,
and then you still have the same people that just show up without RSVPing too.
Yeah, because they live close by. Now, let's go check it out. So there's that. So it sucks because I wanted to try out my new team. But yeah, you've seen it already. So it's that Spider Family. Oh, you've seen it. It's a Spider Family team.
You've seen all the Spider Family.
Look, you literally told me nothing new. It's like everything is Spider Family nowadays.
I think it's kind of turning off some people.
Yeah, I think so too. That's why I didn't play it for the 2v2. I guess we could look at that. Look at the segues that we have right here.
I know, right?
So the gun guy 2v2.
Yeah, we both made cut, right? We both got our first round bye.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we have first round. Yeah. We're but you have to wait until somebody
plays.
Yeah. So yeah, we already have somebody. Like we both have a bye, but we already know who we're playing because they also had a first round bye. Like you guys there had to be somebody to win to play you guys. For us, we're playing. I'm playing Edward and Lucas, I think.
No, Lucas is with Matty G.
Okay, then I'm playing it with
Ed and Wes.
Sorry, that's who it is. Yeah, George told me. I guess they're playing similar teams because this is what George told me. He said, my opponent is Ed playing Lucas's build, and Wesley is playing Maddie's build. Because he sent me Matt's and Lucas's build sheets, and I'm like, wait a minute, nice. that's not Wes and Ed, but they're playing the same. Okay, I get it now. So yeah, it's cool. It's been fun. We are total of 5-1. In our match, and then the one loss is we lost by points because George got vultured. So I think we could have won that if you watched that one, my game where I double crit missed.
Yeah.
But like we would have gotten. I would have gotten another like 150 points, right? Like if I just don't play like an idiot. So because of that, we ended up losing that match because I'd only got 100 and something points when it should have been like 250, whatever. And I was like, geez. And then we would have been undefeated. And I was like, geez. But it was pretty. Okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Adam cleared everyone, right? Adam got 3 wins. I got 3 losses, but we won over all the matches because of the point.
Hey, all you have to do is show up and get like 10 points, and you'll win. Because he's gonna get.
Yeah, dude. Adam is definitely carrying me this time.
Yeah, as long as you don't get zero, as long as you don't get wiped and you get some points, you're gonna win because he's gonna wipe everyone.
Usually with Widow, something dies.
He's gonna wipe his ass with everyone.
Put his bathrobe back on.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, we're in the same bracket, right?
Yeah. And then
we would be playing in the top 4 if. So you would be playing the winner of Aaron and Kenny and Steve and David. And then Corey and David Ellis are down there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a good team. Yeah, it's been pretty fun. I like the Doom has been carrying the load there, man. He's
carrying the team.
Emperor. Well, George also won 2 of his games, and dude, to be honest, man, he was really close to winning his game against Brad, even though he got butchered. to avoid getting the damage from Brainiac, then I think he has a shot. Because War Machine was gonna do some work between Steel Energy, Colossal Stamina, and the free attack when he has 2 tokens. He's gonna do so much damage and kill. Like he lost 215 to 100, but he was like really close to just winning.
Yeah, if War Machine had one more turn, just
but like War Machine was alive though. Like he didn't lose him. It's just like everyone else.
I thought he got Brainiac. Oh, the Brainiac killed everything else. That's right.
Yeah, that's what it was. And War Machine actually did like majority of the work, man. Like and he's only playing him at 60. That's the crazy thing. I was like,
oh jeez. Baby War Machine.
Yeah. So
Baby War Machine and Baby Doom.
So now I think if George plays against a Vulture team and he wins map, I think he just wins. Because he almost won and he lost map. So imagine if he wins map, like, geez, he's probably just gonna smash him because they won't be able to equip the arms before War Machine gets over there.
That's true.
Yeah,
makes it hard to do all that flurrying without your arms.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so it's been fun. Yeah, sorry, you guys don't know. I'm playing Ed on Wednesday.
Okay, nice.
So,
yeah, I was also in the set appeal this weekend. I got to play 3 rounds. Well, the first round I got a bye. The second round was Slosh, which was a lot of fun. That Legion team was so good. Oh, dude, so much outwit Perplex.
What was the what was the team? It was Bizarro, Chameleon Girl, right?
Chameleon Girl, Sensor Girl, and
Bizarro?
Boy, Cosmic Boy.
Oh, Cosmic.
And 25-point Bizarro, yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wild carded the team at the beginning, and I just kept activating it. And then I played against the Emerald Empress Highfather team. So I was like, he's gonna outrange me, and I won map, so I took him to the Hall of Doom because it's only for those sets. And I just moved as far as I could, and he came out with Bizarro, took a shot, and I probbed him into a miss, and then I moved up my teddy bear, so I blocked the stairs so he couldn't go to the edge and shoot me, and then he killed the teddy bear. I cleared, and I moved up next turn and just outwitted everything, couldn't do nothing. But real nice gentleman, Rodrigo from Mexico. I got to play. That was fun. And then round 3, I played
Rodrigo.
Lucas.
What's his last name? I might know him.
His first name's Jose, I think. Jose Rodrigo. I can't remember. It's an R. Roland. It's double R. I remember that. And then I played Lucas 3rd round. It was a super close game. I miscounted a Perplex, and Darkseid stayed on last click.
Yeah, what do you mean? You didn't do extra damage, or what?
I thought I had an extra Perplex because I was going back and forth between all the figures, and I was like, all right, I'm doing this, I'm perplexing this, and so we all agreed on it, said okay. And then after he's off the map, he's like, oh wait, you didn't have that Perplex. I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Oh,
so I guess it's still alive. And I was like, well, I guess, yeah, that's that.
Well, so Darkseid was on the...
He was on his last click with like a 19 toughness, and I just couldn't hit the 19. I had a couple shots at it, but I was gonna roll mine up.
Damn.
So yeah, it was fun. I wish I could have got a little further. I was looking forward to those tactic ships.
Oh my god, that's the worst. Oh my god, dude, that was like what are we doing here? I remember we were looking at that.
Yeah.
What's the next set they have right now?
The set after Crisis was Avengers for round 4, and then it was Tactics for round 5. And it looks like I think Mike R won the whole thing. Let me see. Match.
Oh, they're done already?
Yeah, it was supposed to be done on Sunday. Oh no, it doesn't look like they played round 5. Yeah. I don't see the results, but it was round 5 was supposed to be played yesterday. It was Matty G versus Mike R. It looks like. So I don't know who played round 5.
So I think there's a couple suggestions that I have for these online events, and I feel like we've covered them on our end pretty well, but not. So there's 2 things I think that as an observer, spectator, whatever that wants to follow these things, these are 2 of the most important things that I think all online things should have. Number 1, all lists should be available and ready to view at any given time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because
No,
that's part of
transparency.
But also part of the appeal is knowing what everybody's playing. Does anybody have anything cool to try? That's why I think for our mocks, if you're in the mock, you have them because everybody's in the same room. Anyone can see the lists, right?
Yeah,
Do you still do that on
Thursday page, Sunday page? Yeah.
Yeah. So anytime anyone can be like, hey, look at this. I mean, you could see when I just remember when you put it up and Jesse was like, oh man, everybody underestimates this pile of crap or whatever. Remember the one that said that you kind of like, but yeah, but some BS. But the fact that he was able to see it and then he was able to screenshot it and show it to everybody, I think that's a big deal, because then like people can be like, either whatever, you want to make jokes, but then you could still talk about it. If there's something cool to see, that's awesome, right? And that's number one. Number two, I think, and we did this in our qualifier, there needs to be updates daily on who's winning and what's brackets. Because then like that way it's like you want to find out, did they win? Did this guy, did they beat them? Remember when we ran our qualifier, every night we would convene and be like, all right, Jeff, tell me what the scores are. And then we'd update it. And then I'd put the screenshot on the results page so everybody sees what the scores were. Also, more important, this is I think what's huge. If there's any discrepancies with the scores, someone can say, hey, you have it wrong. And then we can change it before it's too late.
Yeah, before the single elimination is already there.
Yeah. So I think those are two things that these the online events should do at all times. Because I really, for me,
it is.
I really wanted to see the teams that everybody was going to play in the sets appeal, because they're old, so I wanted to see what people thought was good. And I don't know if you saw, but I even posted, are there any lists to view? And some guy made a joke. I got them for $3 each. That thing, I was like, but see, I'm like, yeah,
it's not a good deal.
This is why, like, you guys need some improvement, because, like, it's a great idea that they had, but just not having access to what everyone's playing. Also, what that means is the transparency of, like, you don't know if they're going to change your team at the last minute.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they're playing. I don't know. I think that was it. I thought the sets appeal thing was a really good idea. I think they should do it again with those two things, and I think everything's fine. What did you, when you were there, what did you think?
Adam's super nice. It was a lot. It was a very fun event. Like, it wasn't as stressful as like. Who were the
guys that were doing it?
It was Adam and Brad is the only ones that I saw. Okay. Brad was uploading all the images, which again, I wanted to shout out. Thank you to Brad, because I've been using some of his stuff for the mock. So big shout out to him. Thank you.
Brad,
and then Adam,
work, dude.
And Adam for holding the event, putting it together. And those are the only two that I saw.
Yeah. I did see a couple. There are a couple things that I think need to be addressed when it comes to observing whatever. One of the main problems, right, is like people. We just can't do anything about this. We can't do anything about another person helping another person online, because you don't know who's. You don't know who's somebody.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. Okay. But there is a. I think there needs to be clarified between active judging and clarification. Active judging is, hey, you forgot to roll your leadership.
You forgot to roll your shape change. Yeah.
Or your shape changer, or that's not even that's more like coaching,
babysitting. Yeah,
coaching, because those are May. Asking what somebody's click is on is not active judging. That's clarifying
the state of the game.
That's the state of the game. It's like, if you, let's say you forgot to What's a mandatory trigger that someone might miss that you have to do?
Pushing damage.
Pushing damage. Okay. Let's say they forgot to do pushing damage. Okay. The active judge. Okay.
The observer.
The observer. If you're judging, because I think they had this discussion, like, should you remove them or not? But that's a perfect example. If they don't have willpower and they forget to take the pushing damage, active judging would be going there, hey, you forgot to take the pushing damage. Okay. That's different than asking, what click is this guy on? Because active judging, telling them that they forgot to take the pushing damage because that's part of the rules, you have to do it.
Yeah.
That's different than just saying, hey, what click is your guy on? Or how many tokens does that guy have? Right? Like,
yeah, that's how you phrase the question.
Yeah, that's a big difference than because you were watching my game, and that came up, right? It came up in my match, and he got up in arms like, hey, that's active judging. I'm like, no, because if and when I check your guy, I'm gonna bring up, hey, you took 2 damage from my pulse wave. Remember?
Yeah.
You were just asking what click. Yeah, it's like if you ask what click that's on, that's way different. Or, oh, did you forget? Oh, did you roll your leadership? Whatever. Like that's active judging too. But just clarifying.
Don't forget you have poison.
If you ask what the score is, that's not active judging. You just want to know what the score. You like, or if you say how many points are you playing? Okay, here's one. How many points is Punish War Machine on? That's not. Question. That's just a question on the state of the game. Like,
yes,
okay,
checking on the state of the game versus rules learning is in my opinion different.
Yeah, and I think they need to. Also, I think that should be another thing that needs to be addressed, whether or not you go in one way. I'm always make sure nobody cheats.
Yeah,
right.
100%.
So if you're the observer and you see something wrong, you should be like, hey, you need to take a click of damage from that guy. There's nothing wrong with that, number one, because if you do get mad at the person who points that out as your guy who's watching or judging, you're basically telling me you wanted to cheat.
Yeah.
Because
why do you got to call me out on that?
Yeah, exactly. So if you're doing that, then there's something wrong with you, and then that's even worse. Calling you out for like, hey man, you're actively judging here when you shouldn't. You're like, oh, so you're saying you wanted to cheat. Okay, that's good to know. So now we know, like, for the future when you do play, there's going to be this. Your reputation will precede you. So I think they need to. I think we do a good job of that on our own when we, because we do say, hey, even in our rules, we do say if you see something wrong. Even in our live in-person events, right? We do say, if you see something wrong as a spectator, go to the judge and say, hey, this is wrong, and then the judge will go do something. But to just like expect them to not say anything and just allow cheating is just really bad.
Yeah, only speak when you're spoken to.
Yeah, and I think that's really, now if the observer is like, if you guys are okay with like, hey man, we'll just call you when we need you. I guess that's okay, but I do feel like the judge, the guy who is observing, should be paying attention, right? Because the main thing is we want to preserve the integrity of the game, and not being and allowing people to cheat is the opposite.
It's not the integrity of the game.
Yeah, I think that's something for sure that needs to be looked at, or at the very least, addressed. Explicitly addressed, so that there isn't like
parameters.
What are the parameters of whether or not you want people to actively judge or not? It needs to be addressed explicitly on what
is active judging.
Yeah, what is and what is not. Asking what the score is. Asking what click number, asking how many tokens, asking how many points that guy is. That's all you're doing is clarifying what this is. Or like if you say, "What is this? Is this a indoor outdoor?" Like this, someone can say, "Well, you're tipping them off." Like no, because you want to make sure they're not cheating. That to me, that's what I want to make sure you're not cheating. Like, come on, man. But
like if you see someone say something that's not true, and you're not active judging, do you just ignore that?
Yeah, exactly right.
Right.
That's
like
bad.
If you know that's not true, but it's not, you can't actively judge. You just sit there to observe unless they ask you a question. If they don't ask you,
I think that's why we should actively judge. You know what's weird is, WizKids abandoned that a long time ago. In 2014, this was it when we were when I was part of the Rock board, and Norm was on there. We had a big discussion, and I don't know why this is even a discussion. I don't even know why anyone would even be on the other side of this. But I had to bring up the fact that we shouldn't allow cheating. I can't believe I said that that way. But I was like, I don't even know that there's such a thing as active judging and passive judging. I thought there was just judging, right? Because in other games that I play that are high level, professional level games, they don't allow you to cheat. as a weird of a concept that is, they don't allow you to do illegal moves, and then the judge will step in and say, no, you can't do that. Like if you're playing Magic, it's like, no, you drew an extra card, you need to put that back. They're not going to be like, I'm going to wait until my opponent tells him, hey judge, he drew an extra card, can you put it back? If he sees it, he's going to be like, hey, you can't do that.
Or he flashback from his graveyard.
Yeah, and so like I had to be like, okay, I'll use your nomenclature, which is insane, but I was like, we should active judge. And I had to I explained my position and everything, and I said, because we're putting money on the line, if you don't active judge, you're going to just allow cheating. And then that, not only does that hurt the thing, but there's like, that guy won the 4K from cheating. Like, come on, man. Let's not.
Everyone's going to be like, oh, that's a cheater one.
So then at Worlds, in 2014 at Worlds, they actually like address like, we're gonna we had a judge each table at like the top 8 or whatever. And even though they weren't just actively pointing it out, but they were like overseeing things like a little bit more, right? And then in 2015, they actually made an announcment and said, in the top 16, we're gonna have a judge at every table, and they're going to actively judge. I hate that word, actively judge. They're going to judge. God damn it! They're just going to judge.
Pay attention to your game. Tell you what you're doing wrong and right.
But I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand why there's a fucking difference between active and passive judging. You're just judging. Right? Like the judge is supposed to be there to make sure that everything's kosher and nobody's cheating. That's judging. There's no active or passive about it.
The rules are enforced.
Yeah. So they made that announcement, and it was even better because everybody was good. Like one of the ones that we forgot. I'm trying to think what. There was a game in the 2015. The judge had to remind. That's right. The guy he crit hit me with the disintegration beam. With Phantom X, right? Yeah. And then we're like, oh shit, it's gone. I was like, damn, okay, so it gets me. And then the judge actually goes, oh yeah, so your orange battery's gone too. I was like, yeah, you're right. I was just so devastated that he crit hit me and he like one-shotted my guy that I was like, oh yeah. Also, while I'm down, you're gonna stop me too. Okay, so the orange battery's gone too. But like that he had to point that out because it's like, look, you rolled a 12.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, no problem.
Because it's not a may. It happens.
Yeah, it happens, right? It doesn't say like you may do it. It's just like it's just gone. Like okay, but they the Rock after that, and it's been they actively judge now. So the fact that like online things, it's like there's like kind of like that still that little debate of should you or should you not, just shows you for me how far behind some of the people are on the times. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, this has been addressed like 5 years ago. Why are we still doing this now?
So just my thought process on the whole judging thing is like, say you're at a national event or like a big event, right? You get people that only play their local fun games. Hey, I'm going to go to this national event.
Right.
And then they go sit down at the table and then they start playing. They're like, well, this is how we play on my store.
Yes.
Doesn't necessarily mean it's the rules. So
yeah,
with
like, sorry, man, that's not how it works.
Yeah, so like the judges need to be there. But yeah, judging.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I didn't know there was like two classifications. That I can't. Yeah, I've never understood that, but whatever. Whatever. If like I've always said, Heroclix, in the Heroclix world, it takes a while for Heroclix to catch up to the rest of the competitive game.
Scene.
Yeah, competitive scene of other games, because it's not being run by professional gamers before. They might say they are, but no, I know you're not, because you're not a professional OP guy. From being a professional DM is not the same as being a professional Magic player, or someone who's ran Wizards of the Coast or Upper Deck or Konami or whatever, Nintendo, whatever you want to call it, OP system. That's not the same. So, that I'm glad though that people do. I guess I'm glad that the Rock has adapted, caught up with the times, because we do that. I mean, you'll see when Alex or Craig is around, they'll be like, hey, they can't do that, right? They're like, okay, hey man, you can't do that. Yeah. And it's like, the funny thing is, no one will complain, because if they complain, that means they wanted to cheat.
Yeah.
Right? You think about that.
Yeah.
You pointing out that you need to take pushing damage, and they get mad for that, just shows that you wanted to cheat, because you didn't. You know what I mean?
You didn't want to take your pushing damage.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah. So either way, right? Like, if you don't point it out, you look bad because you let them cheat. If you point it out and they get mad, then that makes them look bad because they wanted to cheat. Oh man. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
what it is. So some of the events that I've judged recently, actively, were some of our mocks.
Yeah.
So do you remember?
I have
the
them
last
up.
ones that we saw.
I have them up.
Yeah, I think it was Paul. We need to start off on Paul. Let's share the screen. Let's do this one. Top lists. Oh, there we are. Alrighty. So back on 10-11, we had Paul win a limited mock with Onslaught, God Doom, Sinestro,
awesome.
Split Lip, Anger's Hammer, and McCran Crystal.
That's awesome.
So armor +4. That's nothing like we've seen win anything in a while. So that's definitely not Spider-Man family.
Who did he put the hammer in? Oh, I mean, he's probably loading up Doom, right? Or is he loading up Onslaught?
It's going to Doom. I think if I remember correctly, Onslaught kind of stayed back and was like TKing him into position and stuff.
So Doom was just doing work? Oh my god. Jeez.
Mind control. Yeah, he's mind controlling. Onslaught wasn't in the mix too much. If he was, he's hanging back.
So Doom just gets the hammer, Macron Crystal, and Soul Gem. Jesus. All right.
He's not dying.
Look at that. That's the Tony special, right? It's like load up your
Tony
guy.
special.
Nice.
All right. And we have Steve, sorry, winning first place in another limited mock. Only difference in the world champion team was the Carnage here, and a couple figures on the sideline, which was Demonicus, and what was the other one? I think that was just it. I think it was just Demonicus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Demonicus and Chewie for the win, right? Steve won a regular Bronze Age.
Oh, this time with Batman.
With Batman, yep. It's the White Lantern Batman team, so a lot of resilience here. Batman's not going down, and just he can shoot things with Batman with him being big with the pin particles. So he just mind controls you every turn, just to punch each other and kill each other. Unless you have like a really high defense, that you can't hit. And then you're
So he has the drone as the only old thing. Well, obviously the IDs and the resource, but the drone is only figure. That's old. Oh, Giant Girl too. Jeez. Oh, celebrity.
Giant
Nice.
Girls. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
And then he had the Ultron trick, but he never did it.
Okay.
Rob won a limited with Spider-Man Family plus 12. Joker's Bomb Strip, Invisible Woman, Steampunk Penny, Mr. Fantastic, The Common, Marvella, Mary Jane, Double Brainiac, Giant Girl, and a 10-point Robot Superman with some objects on the sign.
So it's basically, that's basically modern, right? Except for the Gamma Bomb.
Yeah, that's a modern team.
Okay.
Solid. Steve won again with some robots. Oh, is this the same
Spider
team?
Family. No, it's different.
Family, yeah.
This time
different
robots.
It's all Spider-Man Family. Yeah, he went with the robot version this time. Spider-Ham, Batman, but with robots. Yeah, it was fun. And I think that was 2 weeks ago. Is that it? And then we have one more. If you can still see it. Oh, man.
Oh, there was this weekend?
It was from last Thursday.
I guess I missed it.
Yeah, it was Robert won with Leonardo da Venom and Barclay. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Leonardo da Venom, Barclay, Bronze Age Limited stuff. He had the green battery filled in with, it was like a plus 10 Spider-Man family filled in with a bunch of scientists. Yeah, it was really good. We had a close game. I was playing the 20 defense shell, and he needed like an 11 to hit the 20D Despitalis, and he got it. Yeah, I was like, oh, all right, well, let's continue on. And yeah, I think what's up on the mocks there.
Is the list up there?
I posted it on the Bronze Age group, but the page I was in.
Oh, bring it.
Am I still sharing? Oh, I thought I stopped sharing. Because it was acting. Let's try this one. Where to go? I just posted it. All I see is the stuff. No. Yeah, I posted it right before we did this. It's not showing up.
Okay.
Weird. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically the team.
Oh, there it is. That one. Right there.
There it is. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Thanks. Yeah, Spider-Man, Leonardo da Venom, Renzel Barclay, Valeria Von Doom, Cadmus, Marvella, Mary Jane.
Oh, Pocket Tank. Nice.
Yeah. Giant Girl, Lex, and Pocket Tank.
So he can Pocket Tank with the Barclay.
It's so gross.
That's
and so one of the moves he did, because he has Iceberg Lounge, is get the seals, give them a wall, move up, create a wall next to where you're next to, and then just punch you. And I was like, you sneaky guy. That was very good.
Nice.
So like, if turn one, like you go out to pick anything up before him, like, right? Or no, that he has to win map. Never mind, I'm thinking wrong. Yeah, but yeah, basically he gets you real easy with those guys.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. I think we're caught up on everything.
Yeah. X-Men's coming out the 9th to the month, which is great.
Yeah, literally a month.
And we're just done with Spider-Man, right? Like we just can't get him anymore. It's too bad,
dude. Yeah, I was never able to get it more after my initial order.
Yeah, I feel like they should have made more, but whatever. We got X-Men, and then one more thing. We got our map deal. So I don't know if we actually talked about like not having the map guy anymore, but this time we do. Even better because it's the actual WizKids map guy. So we're just going to be making 4 additional maps. We have 1 at the end of the year coming up, and then 4 next year. It's going to be part of the Rock deal. So like when Howard does the deal with them, he makes like let's say 12 maps, right? Because he does 1 every month. He's just going to make the deal for 16. So
just add 4 onto that, yeah.
Yeah, add on 4, and then I just for the whatever cover
The
these remaining ones, which is cool because now we're gonna have the right colors, we're gonna have the right whatever, the right font, everything. That's cool. His stuff is good too because obviously, I mean, he's the one who did Flashpoint Flood, which everybody still likes. They did the Philippine Jungle for me too, and the first one we're gonna do is, I don't know, did you do your homework?
I didn't watch the movie. I haven't had a chance.
Tremors.
All right, need to watch it.
Look, look up Tremors right now and share it just so you can see Tremors. Tremors 6 came out on
from 1990s.
Yes, look at that one. Kevin Bacon, baby. Val and Earl, and Burt Gummer.
So from this movie, I haven't seen it. I need to do my homework.
So those who might not know, it's this. Yeah. So those are graboids. They have like, this was like this is a cult hit now, but they have like 6 movies or 6 or 7 movies that come out. Yeah, the last one came out is on Netflix. It's called
Tremors.
It's called Tremors Shrieker Island.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so the main guy is that Mike Gross, the guy on the left. He's like a survivalist, but he was just like a secondary character on the movie, because the main character is Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward, those 2 guys, and then the girl. Nice. But Reba McEntire was his wife on the movie. Which is cool, huh?
Nice. Super small world.
Yeah, but he was really popular because it's one of those movies where everybody's just getting wrecked by these things, right? Because they all don't know any better. And so they're all hiding whatever. Meanwhile, Burt Gummer, the guy, Michael Gross, is like, no, fuck this. I have a stash of guns and they pumped, like the first thing that they killed, they pumped they pulled out all the guns from their little shelter and they killed one. Everyone thought they were dead. And he goes, we got one. And they're like, oh my God. And so they come up and so they become like the heroes basically from the audience point of view. Cause like, dude, they packed dynamite. They had an elephant shotgun. That's what it did. That's what did it. The one that they used to like shoot elephants with.
Dang, it sounds like the last episode of Mando.
Yeah, they used it. Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. Dude. Okay.
The dragon.
If you watch the last, that's straight from this. God damn it. It's not a crate dragon. Obviously, it's not that big.
Like a sand crawler, like
yes. So you know how it goes underneath. It's the same thing. The effects weren't as good as they are now. You know how that crate dragon goes under. It's the exact same. Yeah. It detects movement, vibration. It has a vibration.
Yeah, those creatures have been mythology forever.
Yeah, so that's what this is in Tremors, and they're
cool. All right.
So like the map will be based off of Tremors 1, where they all, the guy who's Egg Shen from Big Trouble Little China, the Asian dude, the guy with the mystical guy, and he runs the like the general store in this small town, and he coins the term graboids, and so that's what they're called for the rest of the
graboids.
Graboids, yeah.
The series.
And it's funny because the series, they call them graboids, and they're like, dude, that's the stupidest name. And he's like, I'm trademarking it. I'm gonna sell merchandise, all graboids. Like,
such a good businessman.
Yeah. So, that scene is what we're gonna choose. Is like they're all hiding on top of the little buildings. Like
Got it.
One's hiding on top of their house, the other one's hiding on top of the shed, the other one's on the water tower, and the others are on top of the general store.
Okay,
and
nice.
So then like they're looking, they're like, why are they on top of the houses? What the hell? So that's when like, hey Bert, we need your help, because they're the ones with the guns.
Sick.
So
nice. All right. Well, I got my homework cut out. I got some couple days off this week. I'll watch.
But that's what it's gonna be, man. I mean, people might say, "Oh, it's a crate dragon." I'm like, no, it's not, you bastards.
It's not Star Wars.
It's not Star Wars. Although, dude, that was awesome though. That episode where they fight it.
Did you ever play Knights of the Old Republic? The video.
No, but they said it was in it. right?
Yeah, I remember it because it was part of the mission. And they came out of this hole, and like it looks completely different. It actually looks more like a Komodo dragon in the video game.
Oh, really?
It looks a lot better now.
Yeah. I'm so glad that we have freaking Mandalorian because we haven't had anything for a long time.
Yeah, such a good show.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Mando map.
All right, you got anything else?
No, that's it, man.
Yeah, we got the mocks this week.
Yeah. Check out the mocks. Thursday is Bronze Age, 300 points, and Sunday is Bronze Age Limited, also 300 points. So, reach out.
Did you share hold on. Share the picture I sent you of the cards. We got to talk about this real quick. The location cards.
Give me a second to find them.
Yeah. So for those who are, while you're looking for it, those who don't know, we made location cards for all of the locations for the game because it's a lot easier than actually having to bring out the map and looking at what it is. And shout out to Corey Franklin because my man Corey is the one who made all this. It's crazy, dude. It turned out really well. They're made out of the same material as playing cards and they're same size. They fit in sleeves. And there's a full set of them. I think there's 20. So we'll be giving them out to the top players for we're supposed to give them out for the qualifiers, but it just took a while. So I'll be mailing those out. But these will be going out to the kits for, when people do run events.
You see it?
No. It's blank right now.
Is that better?
No. Oh, yep. Okay. But did I not send you the? Did I not send you just a picture where I had all of them? Just like all 20 of them in like not a PDF form, but just like a. I think I sent it to you on Facebook, so just check the messenger before.
There we go. And there we go. That one. See it?
Yeah, there it is. Look at.
Yeah, they look really good.
That's how many is that? 6 times. Yeah. See, that's the back of it. Yep. And then.
Yeah, 6 times 3 plus 2 is 20.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, dude, that's so good.
Because
it's such a pain having to what's on the other side of the map.
Yes, and then you got to go. Like one of the ones is the most common one is what are the numbers you get for Stark Tower?
Yeah.
So now you can actually just see there it is right there, man. You can see what and it has the numbers. Dude, Corey did an amazing job, dude. Like it tells you what the bonus is. It tells you what the
tells you you can re-roll.
Yeah, and the point, everything you need to know is it's so. I'm surprised they haven't done this, and it even has a set number in it, like the set symbols. Like this looks all pro, dude.
100%. Like this will make things so much easier. So those lucky winners, we will be giving these out. Yeah.
So people playing events, we can give these out too. They'll be in every kit.
And then that's the back of the card, guys. So they look very professional.
Yeah, it looked good. So those are the new
that's the latest
things we got. So woohoo! I think that's all I got.
Yeah, dude. Cool, man. It was a good catch up.
Yeah. That's just like a little over an hour. All right. I guess we catch up again. Probably unless something else comes up. I don't know, maybe a couple weeks. We'll see. Probably right before the X-Men set when we get more previews. Then
preview season should start pretty soon.
Yeah. And then we can go from there. Cool, man. All right. I guess until next time, guys. When in doubt, Perplexity Attack.
Don't forget to practice rolling, you guys. Take it easy.
Shake it, Cali. West Coast.